leaders in the profession to gain more experience and also expand your network.
I thank Madam Kureta for coming up with this initiative, which has been a game changer in the HR field. My name is Vilma Sika. I'm a HR professional. I've been in HR for the last 14 years, majoring FSBD spaces in leadership positions.
To get in the profession to gain more experience and also expand your network.
I thank Madam Kureta for coming up with this professional and concept, which has been a Transcend Graduation HR field initiated by IHRM. It's a value addition to a name HR member. I'm a HR professional. I've been in HR for the last session. Majoring FSBD spaces in leadership positions. Madam Kureta
Profession to gain more experience and also expand your network.
I thank Madam Kureta for coming up with this professional and which has been a Transcend HR field initiated by IHRM. It's a value addition to a name HR member. I'm a HR professional. Where they have been in HR for the last session. Majoring FSBD spaces in leadership positions.
Profession to gain more experience and also expand your network.
I thank Madam HR for coming up with this professional which has been a Transcend HR field initiated by IHRM.
Transcend is a mentorship initiative that is initiated by IHRM. It's a value addition to a HR member. It enables you to interact with various leaders in the profession to gain more experience and also expand your networks.
I thank Madam Kureta for coming up with this initiative, which has been a game changer in the HR field. The aim of the Transcend is to offer HR professionals an environment, an enabling environment where they can have discussions with their peers. Cohort 2 is going to be bigger, better, and everything is going to be bigger and better because we are expanding to the county. We'll be closer to the people who are not just in Nairobi. So we expect that Cohort 2, with the learnings that we've gotten from Cohort 1, is going to be more efficient in meeting the needs of the various industries in the HR profession. So that's what I expect Cohort 2 to do. For me, I've gained a lot from that network. I've met different people at different levels. We have exchanged different ideas. For me, it's a win-win for both me, my own organization, and I think it's a game changer really in the HR field.
I've grown my network. I've made a lot of HR friends. I've gotten to interact with people in various stages of their journey in HR. I've gotten to learn quite a bit, and even as a person, I've changed my LinkedIn profile, which I had not even thought of before joining Transcend. So I have gotten so much, even as a mentor, that I think I would want to do Cohort 2, 3, 4, because I grew quite a bit.
All right. Good morning, everybody.
I'm a HR.
Good morning. Good morning. Everybody had some breakfast. You can do better than that. Good morning. You are well? It's good to see you this morning. We are delighted to have you. Welcome to Transcend Cohort 1 graduation. Frida, I cannot believe I am saying that. It's been a year and this has been a wonderful experience and we are very excited to have you here. So if you're still having your breakfast, let us keep it down a bit so that we can have a conversation. For those joining us online, karibu. I hope you have a cup of coffee because we have had some breakfast so that you're not hungry as we have this conversation. My name is Irene Kimashia. I head Corporate Affairs and Communications at IHRM. I will be your MC for this morning. I'm waiting for us to finish clearing the tables. Tunapiga kelele kidogo. All right. Allow me to invite Dr. Susan to open with a word of prayer. After that, we will have our national anthem, and I will guide us on how to proceed after that. Daktari?
Okay. Good morning. Let us pray. Father, in the name of Jesus, we come before your presence this morning with thanksgiving in our hearts. Thank you for this day that you've given us. Thank you for it's the day that you've made. We shall rejoice in it. Father, we want to thank you for the 1-year journey that you've had, oh dear Lord. Thank you for making it a success. Even as we graduate today, we pray that God, the mentees and mentors shall make impact in their workplaces. Father, guide us through and be with us as we proceed with the program. In Jesus' name we pray.
Let us be
Afrika Mashariki, tuwezeshe kuishi kwa amani, tutimize na malengo yetu. Jamhuri yetu sote tulilinde, tuajibike, tuimarike, umoja wetu ni nguzo yetu,
All right, thank you. Before you have your seat, I need us to move around and get to know each other. So please walk around to the table you are not seated in, including our chief guests. Tafadhali na waomba. Get to meet somebody you have not met. Ask them why they wore that color. And take some nice pictures. Some of you are not moving. Some of you are not moving. Make sure you take a picture with the frame. All right. One more minute. Irene Motiso, I need that frame. And Kuresha. Hi. How are you? Good to see you.
Good to see you too. I was told.
Yeah. In a few minutes.
Okay, ciao.
Thank you. You can now find your way back. All right. Find your way back to your seat. Find your way back to your seat. We will take more pictures. All right. Hey. Oh my goodness. Okay, that's the last one. Okay, done, that's enough. Please find your way back to your seats so that we can proceed. We will take more pictures. All right, thank you. Please, let us give ourselves a round of applause. We did well. Yeah, I hope you met a new person. You can remember their name. But we will have an opportunity to get to know each other in a few minutes. So allow me to invite Grace and Zula, because we are not very many, to just do a round in the room, give us your name, whether you are a mentor or mentee, and which circle you belong to. Those of us who are new to these terminologies, the circle is a group that they are in, Transcend program that we are having at IHRM in collaboration with Passion Profit. So allow us to start at the end. Give us your name, whether you are mentor, mentee, which circle, and what you do. Briefly.
Okay, morning all. My name is Gabriel Kimani. Of course, the best circle, achievers, and mentor.
Excellent, thank you.
Thank you, Gabriel.
Good morning. My name is David Chege, not a mentor nor a mentee. I have accompanied our chief guest. I work in the Ministry of Public Service. Thank you.
Thank you, David.
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
My name is Faith Ajema. I'm a Passion Profit Associate Coach working with Frida Owinga. Thank you.
Karibu. Faith is also a member of the Transcend steering team. You will learn more about that as we progress.
Good morning.
Good morning.
My name is Darian Choka. I'm from Team Impact, and I'm a mentor, and happy to be here.
Karibu.
Good morning. I'm Irene Mugambi. I'm a mentor with Champion, and we are hoping Faith will referee between Gabriel and myself, which is the top cohort, top group.
Good morning, all. My name is Rahab Wainaina, Team Emerald.
Na mmeacha kupigia watu makofi.
Good morning, everyone. Good morning. Good morning. IHRM gave us good breakfast, so you better, at least warm up. My name is Grace Kaome. I am a lead mentor with the Bows and Arrows, so they were the top teams until they met Bows and Arrows. And I'm happy to be here. Thank you.
Thank you, Grace.
Good morning. My name is Florence Mkangundi Fundi. I am a mentor from Team Phoenix. Asante.
Thank you, Florence. Florence came all the way from Taita Taveta, so you better give her a good clap. Yes.
Good morning, all.
Good morning.
My name is Jenna Chuchi. I'm an HR in the Ministry of Energy and Petroleum, State Department for Petroleum. I'm a mentee in the Champions.
Karibu.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Morning.
Good morning.
Yes, I want to ensure that our fuel prices go down. That is why she's here. My name is Vera Oluea, Team Phoenix, the best team so far, and I was the mentor. Thank you.
Thank you.
Good morning.
Good morning.
My name is Muero Kaberia, Team Phoenix Tupo. And this is our team here, the ladies in red, and we are glad to be here.
Good morning, everyone. Sarah Omaya is my name. We are the pace setters for Transcend. I am the lead mentor for the pace setting mentorship team. And I was a mentor. Thank you.
Thank you.
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
Adeny Oluwal is my name. Bows and Arrows mentee.
Karibu.
Morning, everyone.
Good morning.
My name is Elizabeth Okumo, Team Phoenix. I'm glad to be here.
Karibu, karibu.
Hi, everyone.
Hello.
My name is Julia Kagia, Transcend. Oh, Peseta. My mentor here.
Peseta Transcend.
Morning, everyone.
Good morning.
My name is Pivera Kwero. Team Impact, where we believe that human comes before resources.
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
My name is Puri Tinderi. I'm mentee, Team Impact, the best team.
Karibu.
Good morning.
Good morning.
My name is Muaro Hannah. I'm a mentee from Team Impact. We are the game changers.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen.
Good morning.
Yeah, I'm seated next to those who are changing games. I'm so proud. My name is Damaris Ndungo. I'm a director, organization development and learning in Blue Concepts Africa. I'm a big proponent of building high performance cultures for organizations. I'm a mentee. Everything because I've learned all from these people. But most of all, I sit in the Transcend Steering Committee. It's a pleasure to be here. Thanks very much.
Thank you, Damaris.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen.
Good morning.
My name is Madhangani Moya. I belong to the team Bows and Arrows, the team that actually, for you to get anywhere, people had to invent the bow and arrow. So we started it all, and we are one of the best teams, and soon you shall know why. I am a certified coach, and I run a company called Pristine Management Solutions. I actually open people's minds, brains, mindsets, so that they can thrive and succeed in whatever they perceive success to be. Thank you.
Good morning, everyone. Yeah, this is Oroni Evelyn. I was a member of the Transcend Champions. Champions are!
Champions. My name is Richard J. Magoma, Mr.
And resource in the organization. Thank you.
Asante.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Irene Mutiso. I am Team Champion, where we lead and others follow. Okay? I am CHRP Irene Mutiso. Now I had forgotten that part, so I have to repeat. I'm an executive coach. Now I had forgotten that part, so I have to repeat. I'm an executive coach, a mentor, an organ feedback assessment coach as well. Organ feedback assessment coach, where we match skills with the right people. Nikikuangalia tu hivi, naweza sema huyu anajua kuangalia hii ama ile.
Thank
Sawa.
you. Yes.
So Irene anaona nimechukua muda mrefu, kwa hivyo wacha nipatie my colleague.
Tumpigie makofi my namesake.
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
My name is Jill Masita.
I'm a HR professional. I also run a company called Zolax, and I'm currently an executive director for Anvil Group. I also sit at Transcend Steering Committee. Karibuni sana.
Asante.
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah, that's better. My name is Rosina Kisilu. I'm an HR professional. I work by an audit company by the name RSM Eastern Africa. I was a mentee in Team Elevated.
Team Elevated, Karibu.
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
My name is Stella. I'm a HR manager in Kopia, Kenya, and in Team Elevated. Best for last, because we rise above all. And I'm glad to be here.
As we get a quick round at the high table, Dan, are we able to hear from the teams online?
Just a quick introduction. Okay, thank you very much. Good morning.
Good morning.
My name is Helen Apio. I'm the Acting Commissioner for Labor.
Karibu, Madam Helen. You better clap well. These are the guys who paid for your breakfast.
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
Our chief guest, Madam Edie, mentees and mentors, IHRM fraternity, ladies and gentlemen, good morning once more.
Good morning.
My name is Luanga Jackson, Director, Human Resource Management and Development, alternate member representing PS Public Service on the Council of the Institute of Human Resource Management. Thank you.
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
My name is Frida Owinga, founder of Passion Profit, where we shape paradigms to enhance peak performance and productivity. Very excited to be here. Congratulations to all the Transcend members.
Thank you, Madam Frida.
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
My name is Chris Otundo, the CEO of Brighter Monday Kenya, synonymous to heartbreaks, but also the organization that that matches talent at best in Kenya. But I'm happy to be here and looking forward to chatting more later.
Thank you, Chris. Karibu.
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
My name is CHRP Kuresha Abdullahi. I am a nomad from the northern part of Kenya and the executive director of the Institute of Human Resource Management. I am the lady who is inspired by everyone who is in this room. Thank you so much for everything you've done for the last 1 year and the consistency. Thank you.
Thank you. Karibu.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen.
Good morning.
My name is Munyembo Machala, Secretary Administration in the State Department for Public Service, representing the chief guest, Mr. Amos Ganesha. Thank you.
Thank you. Karibu sir, we are happy to have you. Are we able to hear from the people online? Wow. I can see good morning team, Margaret Kutal, mentee.
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
Elevated, best for last, because we rise above all. And I'm glad to be here.
You better clap well. These are the guys who put All right, as we figure that out, I can see the video online has a delay. Then you will alert me when we can have the online team introducing themselves. Thank you so much for taking the time to introduce yourselves.
I have not introduced myself.
Oh, sorry.
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
I am so excited to see you here. We were here in July 2022. Yes. And we still enjoyed the breakfast. And I'm so excited to see this milestone. My name is Grace Nzula. I am a member of the TSD. TSD is a Transcend Steering Committee. I'm in charge of membership. And I'm so excited! Are you excited? Ask your neighbor, are you elevated?
Are you elevated?
Are you empowered?
Are you empowered?
Are you engaged?
Are you engaged?
Thank you.
All right, thank you, Grace. A round of applause for everybody. All right, now we know each other. We are not strangers. We are among friends. So our chief guest, Mr. Machara, representing the PS, Public Service. We are honored to have you this morning. Our council members present, Madam Helen and Mr. Luanga, Mr. Chris Otundo, CEO Brighter Monday, Madam Frida Owinga. Frida did not give you the whole introduction of Transcend, but she has an opportunity to speak. I hope she will talk about it. And our Executive Director, Madam Kuresha, our HR professionals in the room, and those joining us virtually. Good morning once again. We are delighted to have you this morning. Like Grace is saying, it's been a year since we launched this program. We had an enrollment of about 100, slightly above 100 HR professionals, both mentors and mentees, and we have a transition of close to 98% in terms of completion. So you have done well. Thank you for keeping your teams going. Thank you for figuring it out as we figured it out as well, because we were doing this together. Those in Cohort 2, we have over 200% growth. We have 40 groups, up from 10 groups. So can we clap for ourselves? Yeah? You must have done something right for them to want to join the program. So we thank you for being the pioneers and for being courageous and bold enough to join us on this journey. So that we can have a better appreciation of what we are doing today, Dan will project a QR code which you can scan to access the Transcend yearbook. You'll be able to appreciate a lot more about the program, as well as see those who are graduating today. And as we continue, I will be guiding us as we proceed. Allow me at this point to invite Madam Frida Owinga, who is a program lead at Transcend, to make her opening remarks. Tumpigie makofi akikuja. You clap until the lady gets here. Yes. Karibu Frida.
Keep clapping for yourself, for Irene, for IHRM, and for everybody. When I say engage, what do you say? Let me see. Okay, we want to say rise above. There's 3 E's. Engage, empower, elevate. Engage? No. I'll say engage. You will say empower and elevate. Let's try again. Engage. Empower and elevate. Engage. Empower and elevate. Thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen, esteemed guests and distinguished members of Transcend, a very warm welcome to all of you on this momentous occasion as we gather here to celebrate the graduation of Cohort 1 Transcend program. I am deeply honored and delighted to stand before you as the founder of Passion Profit, a learning solutions provider committed to shaping paradigms and enhancing peak performance and productivity. Today marks a significant milestone in our journey together, a journey fueled by being nothing short of exceptional. Together, we envisioned a platform that would nurture talent, cultivate leadership, and foster lasting connections among HR enthusiasts like you. Engage. Empower. Engage. Empower. Thus, the birth of Transcend. Transcend, our HR Professionals Mentorship Club, is more than just a program. It's a place where passion meets profit, where personal branding becomes a beacon of success, where partnerships are forged with purpose, and where productivity and posterity walk hand in hand. Through our unique 4P matrix, we have endeavored to equip each member with the tools and knowledge necessary to excel in their careers and make a lasting impact in their organizations. Over the last 12 months, we have witnessed Cohort 1 embark on a transformative journey. They have engaged with masterclasses, delved into their personal branding, explored the potential of profitable partnerships, honed their productivity skills, and laid the groundwork for a prosperous future. Along this path of growth and discovery, our tagline, Engage, Empower, Elevate, has served as a guiding light, igniting the flames of passion within each of our participants. As we celebrate the accomplishments of Cohort, it is truly inspiring to witness the remarkable strides they have made, both professionally and personally. To the graduates of Cohort 1, I extend my heartfelt congratulations brought you to this momentous day. I have no doubt that the knowledge you have acquired and the connections you have forged will continue to propel you forward on your individual paths to greatness. To the mentors and the Transcend associates, I want you to clap for the Transcend Associates. Those are the volunteers that make everything happen. They're HR professionals, they're trainers, they're coaches, they're people like you and I who have full-time jobs, but every day they ensured that Transcend happened, and even that today happened. Let's put our hands together for them again. You have all been very generous with your wisdom and expertise, and we are immensely grateful. Your guidance and support have been instrumental in shaping the futures of these bright individuals, and we thank you for your unwavering commitment to their growth. And to our esteemed partners, the IHRM, thank you for believing in our vision of shaping paradigms to enhance peak performance and productivity. Thank you for collaborating with us to create this incredible platform for growth and development, Transcend. Once again, congratulations to Cohort 1. Thank you all for joining us in this celebration of achievement and limitless possibilities. As we bid farewell to Cohort 1 and eagerly anticipate the journeys of Cohort 2 and beyond, let us embrace responsibility. Let us play with purpose, and let there be no blame in our game. Let us own our actions, learn from our mistakes, and strive for growth. Here's to a future brimming with success, growth, and prosperity. Thank you very much.
You can do better than that. Let us appreciate Madam Frida. So Madam Frida spoke at an IHRM event almost 2 years now, I guess, Frida. And after that, she said, what can we do together? And we have had a conversation around that, even with Madam Kuresha. And at the boardroom table of IHRM is when Transcend was born, after conversations of how do we make this happen. And to see this come live, happen for a year, and have teams graduating, anything is possible if you put your mind to it. Yeah, don't you agree? If you just put your mind to it, and I have learned many things from Frida, but this is the one thing I will always remember. Stop chasing perfection. Because I'm one of those guys who want everything to be in line, and we cannot move until all the ducks are in one row. But she's like, if you have the basics, let's keep figuring it out. We will get there. You panel beat it. We call her sandpaper. Everybody has a nickname. You panel beat it until it becomes what you want it to be. So I appreciate that lesson. So please, I invite you to scan the QR code so that you are able to see what we are talking about today. It has a brief about Transcend. It also gives you some pictures of those who are obedient enough to share them with us. So if you find that there is a list of people graduating and then there are others who have their images, it's because not everybody sent them. And we also felt it was fair that we publish those that did, because they follow the instructions, and we have to honor them for that. So please scan using your Google camera. You can do that. If you're having any challenges, James at the back can assist you to do that. Allow me to acknowledge the Transcend steering team before I invite Madam Kuresha to make her remarks. So Madam Kuresha is the Transcend team leader. You will have an opportunity to hear from her just now. Our program lead is Madam Frida Owinga. I coordinate the program, Irene Kimashia. I'd introduce myself. We have Grace Nzula, who is in charge of membership. Grace, you can wave, just so that people here remember. We have Damaris Dungwa, who is in charge of membership as well. I think she stepped out. We have Jill Mastista. Hey, Jill, your name is a tongue twister. She's an associate. We have Mr. Positive Flavors, Jay Magoma, the only gentleman in the team, with Dan. So we are recruiting for more gentlemen. Yeah, when you hear us recruiting, please, we invite gentlemen. We have Daniel Nyoike, PR and Communications. Anyone who does not know Dan has not gone to HRM events. Yeah, so that's Daniel. We have Faida Jema as associate as well. with Passion Profit and Transcend, and Irene Mutiso. I hope I haven't left anybody out. Yes, thank you. So at this point, allow me to invite our Executive Director, Madam Kuresha Abdullahi, to make her remarks. Tumpigie makofi.
Thank you, Irene. Wow. I can't remember whether it was in this room, but at least I know Helen and all those who volunteered to be in the TST, the Transcend Steering Committee, were around when we launched the Cohort 1. And I know Frida, even before I make my salutations and greet everyone, Frida, as a country, and this is data, and I'm glad the Commissioner for Labor is here, in terms of poverty for the retirees within Africa, we are rated among the highest. And I don't know if there is another mic around. I just want you to hear, because today we are in a table of influence. And through IHRM, we want to change the perspective. I was telling Mr. Mwachala that when I joined the public sector, the talent, the willingness, the hard work, the commitment that you will see in the public service, you will not find it anywhere else. I took part in a project in 2022, and I will be in Harambee House at 6:30, and the parking will be full. So in your own words, I want you to say what you say about retirements and why you've refused to go back. Just what you can do for this country to ensure that everyone has something they can retire to as their passion for profit as we prepare this country. 2 minutes.
Okay. Good morning again. I'm 57. Yeah, and I have 3 grandchildren. In the notion of retiring at 55. Would Transcend Club be here? Absolutely not. So I wanted to start with that. I'd like to challenge each one of us to dig deep and find out what is under our skin. Not just the education that we have, the wonderful papers, because many times as Passion Profit, people come to me and I ask them, what would you like to do? And the first thing they do is hand me a brown paper. In a brown envelope. What do you think is inside the brown envelope? Certificates, which are lovely. And then beyond that, they are clueless what they want to do. But I want us to challenge one another. How can we convert those papers into solutions? But beyond that, what are other skills, knowledge, and other experiences that we have had that have helped people, that have hurt us, but have given us lessons? We can package all that and continue solving problems with our passion and making profit so that we don't retire. Who is retiring at 55? And what does retiring mean? Can you say, I am going to retire? I am not retiring. I am going down empty. With all my skills given away, having fulfilled my purpose. Until I'm 6 feet under, I'll be working strong. I'll be self-preparing. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Frida. And she forgot to say that while making profit at it. So thank you. Our chief guest, PS Amos Gadesha, State Department for Public Service, ably represented by Mr. Mwachala, Secretary Administration. Our council member, Helen Apio, representing the PS, Ministry of Labor. Mr. Alwanga, representing the PS in our council. The national chairman who has joined us online, and other council members who are online. Madam Frida Owinga, our partner for this project, our keynote speaker, Chris Otundo, everyone in this room and those who've joined us online. Good morning. Good morning. I must say I am very excited to stand in front of you today to graduate Transcend Cohort 1. And Transcend was basically focusing on the HR professionals. We as HR professionals, we do so much for the different institutions we lead. The impact we do. Every name you've had in this room, we lead in those departments. But the question is, how do we ensure that our impact is visible and we can actually go into a table, present our interest, and have the position we want to have at the end of any meeting we attend. Hence the need for Transcend. I know if you look around this room and those who are online, you will expect to see the starters in the profession to be either the mentees or the mentors. But at Transcend, the situation is different. We've opened up to say that it's not too late to start. It's not too late to take some few steps back. Our chief guest, today as we gather here, I wanted to just take you through, guys, through a written speech on what Transcend means, how it has come to be, and where it's headed. Irene mentioned Frida came, made a presentation in our Congress for 2021, and by the time she finished, over 600 in the room all wanted, what can we do to make profit out of our passion? In her 45-minute address, everyone realized they have a passion, and all they needed is how to make it profitable. And hence, the birth of Transcend. We said we'll create a platform, and for those of you who tried, there are certified coaches here. You know how much it costs to do those certifications. As an institute, we wanted to see what can we do as a value add for our members. And you will realize Transcend is an exclusive club to the members of the institute, because our resources are limited, and we wanted to see how can the members of the institute benefit from a mentorship program. If you look at the brochure of Transcend, it's a course worth, and we can work towards having our own certification as a coaching program. And that is the next step I would like everyone in this room to think about. My passion for this was, in my previous role, I was leading regional teams. I was a regional HR coordinator for International Rescue Committee for 8 countries. And I only had one job, and that was to ensure that anyone who works within the HR department in those different countries, some of them speaking only Swahili, others Somali, others French, but I had to connect with them and build capacity. And I told myself that it was possible to do it online. Sometimes you just need a phone and internet to make whatever you're doing possible. Then I sat with Irene, and let me tell you, within the different organizations you work, there is a role you have. Everyone knows Irene is the communication and head of corporates for the institute. But I sat with them and I said, listen, I'm here on contract. If we are to start this, it must outlive Kuresha the ED. And that requires ownership to those who will be there after me. So Irene and Dan ran with this project. You know, you're given something, and they transcended it to another level that sometimes even me, I look at it and I'm like, wow. Transcend is not any other program of mentorship. It's actually structured. You've seen we have steering committees who are in charge of membership. He said he's in charge of partnership. He was getting us, those who are doing the master classes, they volunteered their skills. And I always will walk around and tell people, look, I'm the executive director of the Institute of Human Resource Management. I want you to do ABCD for me. My problem is I don't have money. I will always start conversation from that point, because it's good to be honest. I know your time, especially for those who volunteered, those who did the master classes, your time is worth millions of shillings. But the fact that you've decided to give back to this profession is worthwhile. Transcend was based on 4 P's: personal branding, profitable partnership, productivity, and prosperity. And each of the P, we had the teams work on it through their own commitments, the commitment letters they've signed with the Institute, and the commitment letters they've signed between themselves and their mentors to work on their personal branding. And today, when each mentor spoke or each mentee spoke, you cannot tell the difference. You will hear stories of people who within 3 months into Transcend, they realized they have other purpose in life, and they're actually doing better than what they were doing before. So they just needed someone to tell them, awaken that inner course you have and do it better. For me, I cannot thank enough of everyone who volunteered their time. I think to the least, a program like this, for anyone, if you are now to cost it, you will pay not less than 500,000. But Frida, in her busy schedule, whether she was globetrotting in Rwanda or in California or in Nairobi, she never missed any steering committee meeting, she never missed any master class, and she will be so serious, you will think, is this the Frida we know? Putting everyone to speed as they give the update. Have you checked with the mentees? Are they being supported? Are the mentors okay? Who is next in our master class? Have you spoken to them? Even for those who wanted to find space, they could not. And Irene and everyone else, you now know why I tell you, I always work for the next day. It's already been a year. Can you imagine that? So my call to everyone is, please do everything and anything you have to do to your optimal level when you have the time. Tomorrow is never guaranteed. And always ensure you've built so many other people that if you are not in this room, nobody will even realize you're not there. And Transcend, for me, is a testimonial that if I exit IHRM today, then there is a pool of people who can step into that role within a blink of an eye, and nobody will even notice that I'm not around. And one thing I love about building capacity is that you give someone something good and they make it better. And this is what happened with Transcend. What we had in mind and how it transformed and how it was engaging to an extent that we had 98% retention. And right now, 5 individuals who are interested and about 500 who submitted their application, unfortunately, after we. But because we said let's value each other's time, we wanted to have structures. To Mesema, we gave enough notice. If you did not board, the bus has already left. So 655 is enough. And I know in the next graduation, Irene, tutakuwa KICC. Yeah. Life happened, otherwise we will have had different, this room will have been full to a maximum of 100 people. But today life happened. I know many of you know that, but I know next year it will go. You tell them what you want to do, why you want to do, and how it will work, and then you only have a brand. And let's see the impact. So thank you so much to the National Chair and the rest of the Council for giving us the time to create content, to build such amazing HR professionals. That is why we're here. And as they transform themselves, they only have one job to do now, to help and transform this job and be part of the better. Because if you look deep into better, better is not just for the administration that is championing, it's something that can be beneficial to all of us. Thank you so much. And at this point, I know our national chairman is online, and he will join us. This is a hybrid event. We were actually prepared to make it 100% online if it goes that way, but I'm glad there are more than 30 of us in this room right now. Karibu, National Chair, to make your remarks, and thank you so much, everyone. Online if it goes that way, but I'm glad there are more than 30 of us in this room right now. Karibu, National Chair, to make your remarks, and thank you so much, everyone. Online if it goes that way, but I'm glad there are more than 30 of us in this room right now. Karibu, National Chair, to make your remarks, and thank you so much.
All right. Thank you, Edie. Can you hear me?
Yes. Yes, we can.
All right. Our chief guest, PS Amos Gadesha, Principal Secretary, State Department for Public Service, IHRM Council members, IHRM Executive Director, CHRP Kuresha Abdullahi, Madam Frida Owinga, Founder, Passion Profit, distinguished HR professionals, good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning. A warm welcome to this momentous occasion as we gather here today to celebrate the culmination of the Transcend Mentorship Program by the Institute of Human Resource Management in partnership with Passion Profit. It fills me with great pride and joy to witness the success and growth of our talented HR professionals who have completed this transformative journey. At IHRM, we are dedicated to promoting an environment that empowers HR professionals across Kenya. Our commitment to providing value-added services to our members extends beyond traditional training and certification programs. Mentorship stands as a pillar of our vision for nurturing the next generation of HR leaders and elevating the HR profession to a new heights. The Transcend Mentorship Program exemplifies our dedication to this vision. It is a platform that brings together experienced and accomplished HR practitioners with young, aspiring professionals. Through this program, knowledge, wisdom, and insights are shared, fostering an environment of continuous learning and growth. Ladies and gentlemen, mentorship is more than just a mere exchange of information. It is a journey of personal and professional transformation, where mentees not only gain technical skills, but also develop their leadership abilities, critical thinking, and emotional intelligence. Our mentors, who are seasoned professionals with years of experience, generously offer their time and expertise to guide and support their mentees, paving the way for a more robust and competent HR workforce. I want to appreciate all of you for volunteering your time and remaining committed to making this happen. As we celebrate the achievements of our mentees today, we also extend our heartfelt gratitude to our mentors who have selflessly given back to the HR community. Your dedication to nurturing the next generation of HR professionals is truly commendable, and your impact will be felt for years to come. To our graduating mentees, You have shown great determination and commitment through this program, and your growth is evident for all to see. As you step into the HR industry as more confident and capable professionals, remember that this time doesn't end here. Continue to seek opportunities for growth, keep learning and enhance challenges with enthusiasm. The knowledge you have gained and the relationship you have built during this program will serve as a strong foundation for your future success. As I conclude, I was to affirm the commitment of the leadership of IHRM to empower HR professionals across Kenya. We will continue to provide innovative programs and initiatives that contribute to your growth and development as HR leaders. Together, let us elevate the HR profession, impact workplaces positively, and contribute to overall progress of our nation. Congratulations to all the graduates, mentors, and everyone who has been part of this incredible journey. Your commitment to excellence and your passion for HR profession inspires us all. May you continue to soar to greater heights and make a lasting impact in the HR. Thank you very much. To our peers who has been supporting the HR family and also to the Aligned Ministry Public Service, I want to take this particular opportunity once more to thank you together with the CS Public Service for supporting the Institute of Human Resource.
Chairman, please, you are muted. Chairman, if you can hear me. Chairman, you are muted.
Chairman, you are muted.
We have now, we are talking
to everyone.
I'm sorry, Edie. Can you hear me?
Yes, now we can. We missed you for the last 2 minutes.
The online team can hear you. Maybe the other side.
All right.
Yes, we can hear you.
All right. I don't know whether I interfered with the speaker.
It has been on and off like that. I think it's from their end.
All right. Okay. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you. Technology, we have to make it happen one way or the other, but we thank God we had an opportunity to listen to him. We just missed his final remarks. Chairman, if you can hear us, thank you for taking the time to join us. We listened to your speech. We had you. All right, thank you. Dan, if we could project the names of the people, we may not give them the opportunity to speak, but Alex, some of these names are difficult. Alex Kuduiwo, oh my goodness, Audrey Morioki, Caroline Andiema, Caroline Wamaru, Charles Kagwe, thank you for being here, Karima Moturi, Kibibi Mohammed, Maggie Getao, Makena Mogambi, Martin, Mary Maina is my colleague, she's joining us from Mombasa. Let's keep going. Miriam, Monica Sifuna, Neptune Wayeta, Nur Ahmed, our national chairman, CHRP Darmas Odero, our council member, Madam Patricia Okello, thank you for joining us, Mr. Paul Ngogi, Rose Nganga. Are we done? Yeah, that's the last one. Thank you so much. And Winnie Osolo, Tabitha Kimonyo, thank you so much for joining us. We are delighted to have you virtually, and congratulations on this great milestone. Another round of applause for all of us. All right, so before we hear from our keynote speaker and then our chief guest, allow me to invite Florence Fundi. Florence is a team member of Phoenix, and she has come all the way from Taita Taveta. She has been very active, and she's supporting Vera to mobilize professionals in that region. So Florence, in 3 minutes, this is your elevator pitch moment. In 3 minutes, please tell us what you have learned, what your experience has been. We are happy to have you. Karibu.
Okay, thank you. Thank you so much, Irene. Thank you so much for the opportunity. So the PS State Department for Public Service in absentia, Mr. Amos Gadhacha, represented by Mr. Mwachala, the Commissioner Helena Pio, representing the Ministry of Labor and Social Development, CHRP Odero Philip Dalmas, the National Chairman, IHRM, Council members of IHRM, CHRP Kurasha Abdullahi, the Executive Director, IHRM, Ms. Frida Owinga, the Founder, Passion Profit, IHRM Secretariat, Transcend Steering Committee, mentors and mentees represented physically and virtually, fellow HR professionals, ladies and gentlemen, good morning. As you have heard, my name is Florence Mkangondi Fundi, representing Team Phoenix, representing also Taita Taveta County HR professionals. I cannot fail to say that. Yeah, so I am a Human Resource Management and Development Officer at the County Public Service Board of the County Government of Taita Taveta, and I'm delighted to be here. Yeah, having arrived at this morning, thank God for the journey masses. Yeah, so this here is my testimonial on how the experience has been. I'll make it as short as possible, as you said. This has been a transformational journey. I say journey because I believe strongly that it has just begun. Personal branding is something I have heard Oprah Winfrey talk about a lot of the time, but never have I ever considered the term with myself as the subject. Through the program, I have appreciated the importance of building a profitable personal brand. I am still a work in progress, but I'm impressed by the progress so far. This is alongside the other P's in the matrix: profitable partnerships, productivity, and prosperity. The process of actualizing the 4 P's in my life began with a journey into finding myself, mastering the art of communication, developing attention to detail, improving my HR skill base in both the private sector and public sector, and improving my leadership role in IHRM within Taita Taveta County branch. But it ended on a high note when my mentor and I took a bold step of acknowledging the value that I bring to the table, especially through the mentorship journey, and worked towards asking for a big promotion at work, a dream that we believe will become a reality sooner rather than later. I attribute this and so much more to Transcend, and I shall forever be indebted. I mean, I can say so much, but that sums it all. I can say so much, but thank you. Through the mentorship program, I have been able to find a family. On 8th of July, we were able to meet physically here in Nairobi for the first time. And today it felt really nice being able to recognize each other. So for me, this has given me a family. And I think even from the interactions we'll have today, it will also be a bigger family growth. So I can't wait for the rest of the journey. Thank you, Transcend team, steering committee team. Thank you, IHRM, for giving us this opportunity to become the most authentic versions of ourselves through this mentorship program. Asanteni sana, God bless you, and have a lovely.
Wow. Now, who knows the song that says, these are the moments that we live for? Who knows that song? These are the moments that? Yes, now these are the moments that we live for. Thank you, Florence, for sharing that. When you hear someone say, being the most authentic version of myself, hey, see watu wamefanyiwa kazi? Na wamefanya kazi. Hey, another round of applause. Thank you. I can see them online also cheering. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Indeed, this has become a family. We have now a lingo for Transcend. You find people like, oh, you Transcend. Natasha Mutui is another mentee from Team Impact. Natasha, are you online? She is? Okay. Natasha, please unmute yourself. You have 3 minutes to share your experience. Natasha Mutui is another mentee from Team Impact. Natasha, are you online? Then we can have Mathangani close that chapter. Tupigian makofi.
Attend, she's currently in Nakuru. She lives in Nakuru, so she wasn't able to make it to Nairobi. So this is what she said. This entire journey has been nothing short of amazing. I have met great people who have shared and poured into my cup generously. I have learned so much during this time, and I have gained new professional friends and mentors that I know I can count on to guide me in my career. I came into the program when I was on a career break, trying to find my way back into work. I felt so unprepared to resume the job search, as it had been a while, but with the help of fellow mentees and mentors, I gained confidence. This group of people have guided me through job interviews, preparations, and ultimately I got a job. The experience has been worthwhile, and it has stretched me to grow. I have accountability partners in my career who I trust to build me. Thank you to IHRM and to the whole team. Thank you, guys. So that's a member of my team. But going back to giving my own experience as far as the Transcend program has been, when I first volunteered to join this program and I came up as a mentor, it was also a very good learning curve for me, because even as I was leading the team, I also knew that there was one or two things that I was going to learn from the team members. And in March of this year, I was invited by Frida to speak in one of the master classes, which was on getting the right guy for the right job. And I do appreciate everybody who turned up for that. But to the mentors and the mentees here, I want to hope that this is not a one-year kind of arrangement where you step back now just because the graduation has happened and you have learned something. I want to, there are so many other upcoming HR people, or even the ones that are practicing, that would require the kind of skills that you are able to help them with. So please pick one person or two or three or however many you can and hold their hand, because when you look at the various WhatsApp groups that we all are in as HR professionals, you will realize that there's so much more for HR professionals to learn from one another. And where else can they learn if they are not being handheld by people who have been in the profession for a while, right? So even as we close this chapter for the Cohort 1 and we start a new chapter for Cohort 2, let's not step back and now disappear into wherever. Let's still hold other people's hands. Last year, when the IHRM awards came up, I personally participated in those awards, and categorically I went for the Mentor of the Year awards, and I was going against some heavyweights. And when I registered myself for that award thing, I looked at Jane Mutisia, and I was looking at Coach Mathangani, and I was looking at myself. And I was wondering how, in God's name, am I going to rise above these guys? And I spoke to a couple of people whom I will not mention. And I was telling them, by the way, when I beat them, then now they'll remember my name. So long story short, last year I was awarded as the second runners-up for the Mentor of the Year award by IHRM. Thank you very much. Something that I truly appreciate, and it has really guided my journey towards impacting every other person that has been part of my team. And even outside of HR, mentorship is something that I have taken up very intentionally. And for those who know me personally, I train in martial arts, karate to be precise. No, it's not as dangerous as it sounds. But I've taken this mentorship to another level where I am not just holding the hands of HR people, but also to other people who may need other skills in other areas. So thank you so much for everybody who volunteered their time here, for the mentees who showed up every day, and for the guys who were able to arrange even the master classes and speak to all of us, to the IHRM team. Thank you guys so much for coming up with this idea. Madam Frida, we truly, truly appreciate the effort that you have put in here. I have known Frida outside of Transcend. I didn't even know that we would meet in that capacity. But I would like to truly appreciate you for what you have done for this program. And to the steering committee, I know it's not always as easy as it looks. When we all sit here and we are having breakfast and the speeches are coming, it looks very cute. But behind the scenes, that is where the hairs fall off and the clothes come out. But we figure out a way to bring the team together. And to know that from 100, we have moved to 600 people, that is quite impactful. And I would like to thank you very, very much for showing up even to this graduation itself. So to the next mentors and the mentees, please take the program actively, and God bless you all. Thank you.
Thank you, Anne, for sharing that, and also for representing Natasha. Thank you, Natasha. Finally, we have Coach Mathangani. I know a number of us sent in their testimonials. They are published as part of the yearbook. So please, you can read that. I'm receiving some texts, people saying, I sent mine, did you receive it? Yes, we did. Thank you so much for sharing the feedback. We are happy to have it. Tupigie Coach Makofi.
Here is the giant. In my culture, we say a hero is not judged by the biceps. Yes, so here I am. My nickname from college was Gentle Giant, GG. I will explain later why. So thank you. All protocols observed. I am from bows and arrows. We aim. And for you to get food, in the old days, you had to invent something. So we are the people who started the Industrial Revolution. In HR, we aim. The rest of you, whatever name you used, just know we are the ones transcending high, because arrows go high. So I wanted to share I'm going to share my reflections about this Transcend program. And as we are aware or have been told, the chairman said, I'll just paraphrase, that coaching and mentorship actually is just a process which actually helps you do some reflections on yourself and try to bring out what we call inherent potential in an individual so that they can be able to surmount what they are considering insurmountable barriers to their success, to their careers, or whatever it is they want to do. So as a coach, this gave me an opportunity to interact with people who were passionate to transcend. There were challenges, let's admit. I know most of us speak even in funerals, even for a thug, how good he was, how he was brought up. Hata hatujui alikuwa anafanya nini huko, alipigwa mawe, bullet, mtoto wetu. So let's speak the truth. There were challenges, but the beautiful thing is we acknowledge their challenges and that we either overcome them, find solutions of how to overcome them. And in my group, we had them for turning up. Most of us are working. We are working also with very difficult bosses and some very beautiful bosses, very understanding, and there's work to be done. And we had to find ways of how to get about it. We also have challenges of not showing up for various reasons. For some of us, we were very active. Yes, we were are they called chief whips in parliament, huh? When we want something to pass. And this also must be happening in our organizations. You must get whips, chief whips. You want something to be passed by the board, by the management committee, you must get. So we also had our own people in the group who would call out, send messages, are you turning up? What is happening to you? How many are we? Let us go on, even if we are 4 of us. So we had that. And this also was a very good experience because we learned from each other. Some of us were looking up to each other. Then we also started looking upon each other, and then we started collaborating because each of us came with our own strengths, values, understandings. And the most beautiful thing about this program is that it is an invaluable opportunity being offered by IHRM through the collaboration of Passion for Profit, something that is amazing. I don't think it has happened in any profession in this country. We do have CPD programs. Some professional bodies do actually have like monthly ones. But this being told, you're being offered free mentorship program. For how long? How long does this program take? 12 months. Like the ED said, that could cost you, yes, for those who have done certification, and I know some of us are doing it, not less than $500,000 Kenya shillings. Here you are being given the best of trainers, coaches, mentors, and professionals to take us through. So let us actually applaud IHRM, Passion for Profit, and the team for coming with this actually exclusive first-timer. I know people have been asking, what does IHRM do? Now, please go out and tell them this is what we do for members, because this is something that is totally unique in Kenya today. So from that, there also came a few people from our group who are very active, and I know I mentioned one, she's not here, she's in Nakuru, Rosinganga, who even in the midst of her very busy schedule and tight and sometimes very, can I say, she used to be called, she'd always organize a meeting and say, I've set up the meeting, please join. Then she would politely send a message and say, I may not be there for the full 1 hour, but I've set the meeting for you. And this is a passion we need. You are in a position to surmount any problem you have. The power is in you. You just need to take that one bold step and acknowledge you need a change. You need to move from that comfort zone that we sometimes get used to. I worked for a time until somebody said, you're just routing around. Have you thought about this? And that statement awakened me. What happens is that sometimes we get caught up in work. Every day you are moving to work, leaving the time you're living, and you think working for 15, 20 years is a long time. It's so short. I would like you to start thinking from the time you started working. Most of you don't realize after you have worked for 5 years and you thought it's just the other day. You're still in the same neighborhood. And then you have non-Jamoa kiosk. Neighbor wapande hii na wapande hii. The children are now in standard 5. And you think life is on? Going. Reflect and say, do I need to move from here? And say, yes, I need to take the next bold step. Yes, I'm earning 50,000 shillings. Why am I getting comfortable with 50,000 shillings when I've seen my friend with a new Viz? My friend, somehow the surah is changing like mine is because I'm oily, okay? But you start seeing people brightening up and they have moved to Kitengela. And you're wondering, yes, why am I still here 15 years? So that one step, take the risk, and coaching and mentorship helps you. Stick with people who challenge you. Don't get offended when people tell you. And I think Irene, 1, 2, 3 things. I'm uncomfortable with how you're conducting yourself. Take that person, go home, think about it, and reflect. So for me, this was a great opportunity. It shall continue. And I'd like most of you, when you go back, be able to show up, commit, both the coach and the coaches. Commitment is important. What I can tell you is that for most of us who do coach, even for as a practice, as a business, the minute a coachee does not turn up 3 times, you tell them, I'm sorry. Because you're showing there's no commitment. People say free things sometimes are so free. Please don't take this as free. This is worth hundreds of thousands of shillings to you. Take it seriously. Move on. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you, Coach. Let us appreciate him once again. They say someone's reputation precedes them. It's equivalent to what you were saying about biceps. Yeah? So what people know about you goes ahead of you. And when they see you, they're like, oh, I didn't know it's you. So thank you so much for sharing your experiences with us. We appreciate it. Brings it home. And yes, we have had quite a number of challenges. Attendance, trying to manage time, even for us as a TST team. But somehow we are transcending. Yes, we are here this morning. If you look at our messages yesterday, by the way, yesterday, as of 1:30, we were not sure whether we have an event. Confessions. 1:30. Madam Kuresha is like, can we touch base at 2:30? As if it will not come. Then 2:30 comes, then we're like, guys, so what are we doing? Jill is like, it's not safe, but truly we are transcending. All right, so now we are about to listen to our keynote speaker, Mr. Chris Otundo, who is the Chief Executive Officer, Brighter Monday. He has quite a wealth of experience. He has worked previously as the Global Talent Acquisition Lead, Strategic Initiative Africa and Canada with MasterCard Foundation. He has worked with Safaricom in talent acquisition, and he has worked with very many places, including GE, KPMG, Deloitte. Hey, Chris, how long have you been working? Airbus Group, KPMG, Career Connections. Ladies and gentlemen, Brighter Monday and IHRM are working on a partnership which is going to transform the use of technology and HR. So be on the lookout for that. So put your hands together for Mr. Chris Otundo.
Thank you so much. What an honor it is to be here, to talk to you. I think I'm extremely humbled, truly, first of all, to be sitting with my seniors in the industry, my seniors in the industry in the broader room, and also to be among you mentees and mentors. Truly, what is happening today is momentous. You have heard, I've been all over the place, and I've not actually come across a mentorship program like this. My friends in another forum heard me quote a Bible verse and were really laughing. Like, how are you speaking about the Bible? I mean, I'm not too bad a person, but I will do another verse today. The Bible talks about humbling yourself in the sight of the Lord and you being lifted. And so an observation I've made today is that I came here hoping or thinking that, because mentorship is kind of synonymous to entry-level people and looking to then grow, but then I found peers, people who are more senior than me in the industry. And I was truly humbled that you have put yourself at a place of learning, reinventing yourself, and learning from people who might be younger than you. And that's truly humbling. And you shall be lifted. Yeah? So let me try and do this very daunting task of saying, Madam Edie Kuresha, representative of the PS State Department, Mr. Mochala, the leadership team of IHRM, Madam Commissioner Helen, Ms. Frida, founder of Passion for Profit, Jackson Alwanga of the Ministry of State and Public Service. Good morning. Grateful to be past that stage. Usually very tough. But it is important to acknowledge power. And I'm truly, once again, humbled to be here. And my HR professionals and the graduates today, good morning. Good morning. I have about 15 minutes to try and say something that is going to inspire you. Someone in the office did prepare a speech for me, but I thought to myself, after looking at the room, if that was truly going to leave an impact for you. And I thought, let me share with you something different. And that would be the story of my life. I was truly inspired by Madam Frida here, who said she was 57, you said? She is. Well, I could easily be your son. I am 38. Yes, and I made CEO at the age of 37. Now, and I'm grateful. But what I am particularly inspired by is the fact that at 57, I truly hope I still have the energy to keep going and to keep inspiring and to keep pushing. What she has done alongside the IHRM team with the leadership of Kuresha is truly an impactful thing that will live on for years. And I like that one of the pillars is posterity. This will transcend and will keep going. And so today, I'm truly inspired by her, and that was some mentorship that was going on by remote control. And I'll explain to you what I mean by that. How many of you today have a child who's in the age of 11, 10? How many? I'm sure online there's a couple. So at the age of 11, I was orphaned. I lost my mom, the only person or the only parent I had. And that means then typically, you're then kind of left to the elements. And the elements come in the form of relatives, come in the form of neighbors, just life generally. And it's not a guarantee that you will turn out okay, right? Because as a child, that is a level of trauma, right? But then, needless to say, I, through a lot of turmoil, made it to Form 4 and got a full scholarship to go to study in Malaysia for 4 years. Now, my story begins so that at least you can see, and what I'm trying to do here is give you the power of mentorship and how, perhaps to explain, Irene, the many stories, the many companies you mentioned, how that all happened. It didn't happen by chance. It was truly the power of mentorship and people who were in my life. I was very fortunate to study abroad in Malaysia, which is the Silicon Valley of the East, and got to work for an individual called Daniel Liu, my first job. And I told myself, past the age of 18, no more excuses. Yes, you're an orphan. I remember seeing in the papers, I think 3 weeks ago, someone said that past 18, I think he said past a certain age, your background doesn't matter anymore, you're the background. And so I told myself that at 18 that I am no longer going to look at my circumstances as an excuse. And so I quickly found a job within my first year of university. And I worked for a gentleman called Daniel Liu. So Daniel Liu is the first character you'll come across in my story. So Daniel Liu was a very interesting guy. This guy, by the time I met him, was a scuba diver trainer, but more importantly was also the premier, ran the premier HR consulting firm in Malaysia that did psychometric assessments. And mind you, I studied business IT, but here I was in an organization where I asked to basically volunteer and work for free. And Daniel Liu gave me an opportunity and asked me to read a book. The book at the time was called Please Understand Me. And it was quickly my first opportunity to learn about myself, become self-aware. So Daniel Liu was a scuba diver, was a HR consultant, but he was also a black belt taekwondo practitioner or player. And so watching him as my mentor at this stage of my life was very inspiring because this guy just kept reinventing himself. He was not limited to the career that perhaps all of us are aspiring for. He was a scuba diver, and he took, just like one of the mentees or mentors here, took the skill sets in psychometric assessment and embedded them in scuba diving training. You know, and I imagine he must have done that in the taekwondo space as well. He's gone on to continue to deliver psychometric assessments in Malaysia for thousands, hundreds of companies, and truly inspired me at that time. And I was watching him. Needless to say, 2 years ago, he's now a trained barista. You guys know what a barista is. This is a guy who is in the space of coffee, and he trains baristas. I mean, this is one person, one life. He's not yet above 50. Look, think about all the things he's done. So again, this was my first inspiration, starting off in my career, that you're not limited, right? Fast forward, I came to Kenya, first job with a company here, again, the best company called Career Connections in the space of HR consulting. I'm going to mention names, you might have heard about these people. Zia Manji, Madeline Danford. These are additional angels in my life, but more importantly, mentors. And the reason I'm giving you this story is because mentorship does not mean that you sit down across the table from someone and have them teach you or show you how to do something. Sometimes just watching them by remote control. This happened to me. So working under Zia Manji and Madeline, what I observed is that today, I suspect in this room, maybe a handful of you have heard about them. But these guys are truly at the top of their game in Kenya, in the space of HR. They're not celebrities. What they do is that they hunker down and do the work. They offer quality service. They are pretty much the best. I say that even if I'm running a company that's probably in a similar space with them. In the space of talent acquisition, they are premier. And because of that, all the big girls and boys in the space of talent acquisition, the likes of Corn Ferry, have approached them to be their local agent. They have been approached by Academy of Executive Coaches in the UK to be their local representative. And I was also very fortunate to be an executive coach by virtue of the same institution. So these guys, you've never heard about them. They assess Kenya Airways pilots for the past 10 years. They're the ones who assess all the pilots that go into Kenya Airways. There's an assessment called psychomotor. What they've done is that they have mastered their craft. They believe in excellence. And working under them was another mentorship opportunity. And this, again, is part of my story. Working under people who exuded excellence. A particular case in point is, we used to assess the Kenya Airways pilots, and Zia would send me the day before. I remember we were there probably the previous week assessing a similar batch of pilots. And he'd ask me, Chris, go and open all those computers, put all of them on, check if the mouses are working, check if all the plugs in the electricity thing are working. And then the following morning, for an assessment that's starting at 9, he would say, Chris, be there by 6. Check if the plugs are working, check if the mouses are working, check if the biros that we're going to give them are working. All 30 of them, just check each of them. It sounded very mundane, almost felt abusive. Perhaps somebody was not really thinking about what's going on here. And in spite of all of that was going on, trust me, at 9 a.m., something would go wrong. Let me say it actually differently. At 8 a.m., something would go wrong, but because we have an hour before the session, we would be able to correct it. So the perfection in delivery was truly came out through working for Zia and Madeline. So that was the second phase of my life, and that was a good time of my life. I moved on and worked for Deloitte under another great called George Hapisu, a name that you probably again have come across. George Hapisu is synonymous to We used to call him the money maker. He worked for PwC. He brought a lot of money for them, transitioned to Deloitte. And working under this man, extremely diligent, extremely hardworking, a partner who would stay up until midnight with you to deliver a proposal to Kenya Ports Authority or to some agency. He does not, again, he's not a celebrity. Not very many people know him unless you are in the HR space and you're at that senior level. He also does not particularly play golf. He's not your typical senior executive who's all over the place. But he's known for delivering, especially public sector HR projects. Working under him was also very humbling, because then I learned how to do proposals, I learned how to sell, I learned how to, I learned about stakeholder management, I learned about networking on a different scale. So these three companies, Direct Results in Malaysia, Career Connections, Deloitte, would form the first phase of my life, which is the consulting phase, from junior consultant to senior consultant. And very powerful leaders working under them, learning some very interesting traits, and I hope you've been enumerating some of those traits that these people had. Come the second phase of my life, which is where I transitioned from consulting and went to work in-house. I now decided enough was enough in terms of offering my services to companies and saying this is what you should do, but never actually delivering, and now it was time for me to deliver. So I then transitioned and was very fortunate to work for GE. General Electric, a company that's over 100 years old, was founded by Thomas Edison, the man who discovered the light bulb, and is responsible for a lot of the technology that powers the world today. I worked there leading talent acquisition across the continent for a number of their businesses. There I found a lady called Carol Ndonga. You probably have no idea who Carol Ndonga is because she's Zimbabwean, and she was based in South Africa at the time, and I was based in Kenya, and I had colleagues across the continent. Carol Ndonga taught me, one, how to manage teams remotely. She taught me how to truly believe in someone and give them an opportunity to shine. So for some reason, she truly believed in me. I was responsible largely for East Africa, but she really pulled me out and made me do a lot of Africa-wide projects, took me across the continent to a number of countries, and gave me the opportunity. She was also the kind of person who would meet each and every one of us every week and give us 20 minutes individual time to explain to her what we were doing, to impact us with knowledge. But more importantly, in spite of the fact that some of us were her favorites, she never showed us that you are the favorite. She really was fair, and she showed me how to lead teams. Carol Ndonga. I then left Carol because Safaricom came calling in the form of Paul Kasimu. Paul Kasimu is someone you probably know. He's one of our leaders at IHRM. Paul Kasimu is quintessential HR. I want to paint the picture of the Paul Kasimu I think about when I think about his experience. He's led HR for the largest organizations in Kenya. Kenya Airways, East Africa Breweries, and now Safaricom. Paul Kasimu taught me something. Imagine leading HR for all of these big organizations. A lot of stuff goes wrong. True? Paul Kasimu told me, Chris, don't sweat the small stuff. Paul Kasimu told me, Chris, this is an analogy. Assuming that you had 10 balls, and 5 of the balls were slightly bigger and had 10 points. When there were smaller balls there with 5 points, and then there was another smaller ball with 2 points, and I asked you to, and I was asking you to catch a number of those balls. Which balls will you focus on? Which balls will you focus on? You probably focus on the balls with the highest points, right? And what he said is that it's likely that as you're trying to catch these big balls, the small balls will fall. And that's okay. To your leadership team, the big balls are what matter. And so focus on those. What matters most to your boss? What matters most to your organization? Focus on those things. Stuff will go wrong. And I like that Irene said she was inspired by someone who said, don't go for perfection. Just move. And so I learned that from Paul and was able to deliver some amazing programs while I worked there. The story is not over. I'm still working in-house. I've worked for General Electric. I've worked for Safaricom. I then transitioned and was called back by one of the characters you've met already, Carol Ndonga. She was now leading talent for the whole of MasterCard Foundation across the globe. And she's like, Chris, I need you to come and help me set up talent acquisition across the continent and in Canada. And so she called me back, paid me well, and I was like, why not? Let's do this. So I worked with her, same leader. Obviously now I'm a little bit more seasoned, so she gave me my space, but I worked with her. All of these experiences led me to the point where my next phase started. So I've come from the phase of consulting, junior consultant to senior consultant, in-house recruiter, in-house talent professional, and it was time for me to do something else and to transcend. And I then decided to take on a general management role. This is the first job in my life that I applied for. All these jobs I've described for you, I was tapped on the shoulder. I was asked, come, we think you have something, come. This job, I saw it, daunting task, to be the CEO of Kenya's largest talent matching platform, an organization that's synonymous to a lot of us in the early stages of our career. I have 30,000 employers registered on our platform, 1.3 million job seekers, 30,000 visitors daily. This organization powers the economy by allowing all of you to showcase the jobs that you have and allow people to find these opportunities. And so this phase of my life is called general management and impact. It's the third phase of my life. And in this phase, I have indeed reached out to a number of CEOs, Peter Kimurwa, former CEO of ICDC, David Dhuku Daktari, former CEO of Family Bank, current CEO of MasterCard Foundation, David Bagenda. And they've told me a couple of things. What they've told me is, Chris, do the work. Don't try to be a celebrity. Hunker down, focus on fixing Brighter Monday. I've been there now 10 months. Focus on fixing the organization. Number 2, get the right people on the bus. There's a book I'm reading called Good to Great. It says, it's not about getting the leadership team. It's about getting the right leadership team, getting the right people in the bus, in the right seats, and getting the wrong people out. And so there have been people I have removed out of Brighter Monday, and it's not something I thought I'd ever be able to do. But in this season of my life, after watching and listening to these mentors, they've advised me on these 2 things. And the journey continues, and the story is still being written. And I look forward to the next couple of years sharing with you a story as it unfolds. But today, I'm inspired by the work that we do at Brighter Monday Kenya. I don't just fill jobs, I don't just advertise, I transform lives. We are in the space of bringing you close to the match so that they can help you transform your organizations. Brighter Monday Kenya is an organization that is 16 years in the making, was originally owned by a Kenyan, but has since been bought by the Swiss. So we're headquartered in Switzerland. The organization owns a number of job boards across the globe. In Africa, we operate under the brand name Brighter Monday in East Africa and Jobberman in West Africa. We own the largest job boards in Europe, in Switzerland, in Hungary, in Romania, in the Baltic states, Latvia. And it's truly humbling to be part of this organization again and to try and make an impact. Today, Brighter Monday is not just about advertising. We also do end-to-end executive search. So if you have roles, senior executive roles that you need us to help you source for, we do that. We are also in the space of impact, which is why I took this job. Because today, for instance, we've just launched a program with USAID to train 1,000 people, 1,000 young people between the age of 18 and 35 on how to leverage e-commerce to power their businesses. And for the first time in Kenya, I'm hosting 25 CEOs of e-commerce platforms at Movenpick. For the first time, we're putting them together in one room, and we're discussing policy, we're discussing barriers to entry for all these young people. We're talking about job creation that will come. The second in command from the USA, the ambassador to the US will be there. Who else is coming? AmCham, American Chamber of Commerce. So this 38-year-old boy is, in a small way, making an impact. And like I said, the story is not over. And I look forward to telling that story. So long and short is, mentors have built me to where I am today. And so what you have done today through this program is very powerful. And don't wait to call those mentors and find time with them to sit down for coffee. Just watch them. Listen to them as they work. That is how you will grow. Do not be shy. My last statement is, there's a flower that, and I shared this in a recent event, there's a flower that grows in the worst of places. But that flower is very beautiful and is synonymous to life, to rebirth. It's called the lotus flower. And the lotus flower blooms most beautifully from the deepest and the thickest mud. Uko ndani, but it blooms and looks for the sunlight. In the evening, it again goes down. But it's the most beautiful flower that is synonymous to rebirth. So, to grow, to transcend, don't be distracted by the mud and the challenges that you're facing today. Some of you in mid-career, some of you at the senior point of your career, until you take yourself to a place of discomfort, until you take yourself to a place where you'll be challenged, you will not grow. If you're comfortable, you know what you do around you, and you do it with your eyes closed, you will not grow. Fact. So to transcend, to go beyond, to take on a CEO role as a HR professional, even though I have no idea where to begin, only then will you grow. Thank you very much.
Oh, wow. The moments that we? You guys have forgotten. The moments that we? Thank you, Chris. You know, I'm in the communications space. That's my training. And the sure way, sasa hapa naweza wapatia free consultation. The most sure way to connect with people and to have them listen to you is to share your story. Because it's your story. Yeah? He has switched tack in a few minutes seated here from his speech. He has shared his story, and it resonates with us, doesn't it? Yeah. Every one of us can make sense of what he's saying based on his journey. And so thank you even for being bold to share your story. Sharing your story is another thing about personal branding that you have to learn, that this is who I am, I have my strengths, I have things that I need to work on, and have the courage to share that and the lessons that you have learned. So another round of applause for Chris Otundo. Thank you, Chris. You and I are in the same WhatsApp group hivi, tunapelekana kwa hapo miaka. Frida is practically my mom. And we're not retiring, we're not going anywhere. Us guys are here. Yeah, we'll just keep reinventing ourselves. So thank you for sharing your thoughts, for sharing your journey. And I hope that you have picked something that's going to be useful for your journey. I liked how Florence said it's a journey because it just began. It keeps changing, yeah? And so now we have our chief guest who is going to make his remarks. Allow me to share something. I think IHRM is now a state corporation under the Ministry of Public Service, Gender and Affirmative Action. And we are also in a journey of realigning and reorganizing ourselves. Mr. Longa is here, Madam Helen is here. We have some work to do to just panel beat our institution and to help us align to what we are meant to do to continue impacting our country and our society. And in the recent past, especially this year, I've had opportunities to interact with very many government officials, very many of them. And let me tell you, if you have not worked in government, I see how Chris struggled with the protocols. That means he has not worked in government. Next, you need to go to government after APA. He needs to come to government. If you have not worked in government, I welcome you to challenge some of the perceptions you have of government officers, the public service. Because I want to agree with what Madam Kuresha said. You interact with some of these ladies and gentlemen, your mind is blown away. We are doing some work with some officers of the ministry, and you listen to them, I'm like, these guys work for government. You know, on this side, you're like, yeah, these guys work for government. The wealth of knowledge, the level of discipline, is something most of us need to learn. And so I have been in 2 meetings where our speaker next has chaired. And if I have learned anything now remotely from what Chris was saying, is his composure. Have you seen a chairman who chairs the meeting and everybody feels heard? Everybody is okay? Yeah, I cannot even pronounce his name properly, by the way, so you will forgive me. Mulimba Muchana, I hope that is the correct name. It's not. Yeah? So clearly, we don't know each other. But I've attended 2 meetings. I've attended several meetings where our PS, whom he is representing, has been. And let me tell you, that gentleman and time. If he tells you we are meeting at 9, please be there at 8:30. If you want to be there and to have the meeting. And it is this level of discipline that I hope we can transfer, especially to us younger people, because we don't understand it. We think things just come easy. We think that you just wake up and you have that level of influence and opportunities. No. It takes hard work. It takes a lot of discipline. It takes a lot of commitment. It takes growth. All these people have gone to school, trust you me. Ask them about their papers. They have literally gone to school. Madam Helen is in labor, but she's a lawyer. She's both HR and law. So Sisi Bado, we want to transcend and we want to sleep. Some pastor was saying, if you sleep up to 9 a.m. in a rented house, shindwa hiyo pepo kabisa. How can you find sleep up to 9 and you're in a rented? And the owner of the house has slept for 2? The owner of? So with that much said, I will not massacre his name once again. Please put your hands together and help me welcome our chief guest.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Madam Irene. Very kind words there. My name is Munyembo Mwachala. Munyembo Mwachala. I work in the State Department for Public Service, and I've been directed by my peers to come and do his remarks. He was supposed to be here, but of course some things happen and things happen. So I'll do exactly that. IHRM National Chairman, CHRP, Odero Phillips Talmas, IHRM Council Members, IHRM Executive Director, CHRP, Madam Koresha Abdullahi, Madam Frida Owinga, Founder Passion Profit, our Labor Commissioner, Madam Helen, distinguished HR professionals, ladies and gentlemen, good morning. Good morning. I'm delighted to join you this morning as you celebrate this remarkable achievement. Congratulations to each one of you for successfully completing the Transcend Mentorship Program. Your dedication, hard work, and unwavering commitment to personal and professional growth have brought you to this momentous occasion. I would like to appreciate the leadership of this institute, as well as Passion Profit led by Madam Frida Owinga, for collaborating and putting this mentorship program together. I am reliably informed that the aim of Transcend is to help build skills and competencies of HR professionals in Kenya for them to collaborate and build relationships capable of delivering transformational change at the individual, organizational, and environmental levels through mentorship. Mentorship, professional, rather individual, the mentor guiding and supporting the personal and professional development of a less experienced mentee. I am not oblivious to the fact that reverse mentorship happens as well as where the mentee impacts the life of the mentor. It plays a vital role in personal and professional growth by providing valuable insights, knowledge, and advice that can help mentees navigate challenges, make informed decisions, and develop new skills. In line with the government's economic transformation agenda, mentorship and capacity building play pivotal roles in empowering individuals and communities at the grassroots level to drive economic growth and development. The mentorship aspect, therefore, facilitates the transfer of knowledge, skills, and experiences from seasoned entrepreneurs and experts to aspiring local business owners, enabling them to make informed decisions, avoid pitfalls, and scale their enterprises successfully. Ladies and gentlemen, in the ever-changing landscape of the modern world, human resource management plays an integral role in shaping organization's success. You hold the power to influence and inspire the workforce because you carry a tremendous responsibility on your shoulders. I am confident that with the knowledge, skills, and experiences you have gained through this program, you are well equipped to make a meaningful impact on people's lives and organizational performance. The journey you embarked on during this mentorship program was not just about acquiring theoretical knowledge or mastering practical techniques. It was about transcending the boundaries of ordinary HR practices and tapping into your inner potential as leaders in the field of human resources. Through mentorship, you have developed a deep understanding of human behavior, organizational dynamics, and the critical link between HR and an organization's success. Now, as you step into the next chapter of your journey, I challenge you to pay it forward. Use the knowledge and wisdom you have acquired during this program to mentor and inspire the next generation of HR professionals and resilience. In your hands lies the power to cultivate workplaces where employees thrive, where diversity and inclusion are celebrated, and where talent is recognized as champions of positive change that not only generate economic growth, but also prioritize ethical practices and social responsibility. The ripples of your actions will touch the lives of countless people, and I have no doubt that you will make a positive difference wherever you go. I want to commend each one and embrace them as opportunities for growth and transformation. Thank you, and may God bless you.
Thank you, sir. We truly appreciate you taking the time. Asante. A better round of applause, tafadhali. Mnaona tofauti ya watu wa government na nini? Can you please be upstanding? Please be upstanding and appreciate our chief guests. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Wengine wanashangaa mnasimama kwa nini? The other day at the Congress, Grace, I'm about to embarrass you, so please be ready. Grace is my friend, so I can embarrass her. She has given me permission. We are at the Congress, and because the chief guest has not said this meeting is officially open, Grace hosts the meeting. She said, I think there's a problem. I said, what? He did not say the meeting is officially open. And you had to ask the PS to come back and say the meeting is officially Mutembeke SD, by the way, and I'm not marketing them. Mama Mkudia HRM on a lighter note. Thank you for your kind remarks, and thank you for gracing our occasion. The online team, I can see you're still with us. I've seen some questions Danny had written. I don't know whether everything is taken care of. Grace, you could help me if we have some questions, and you can let me know who they are from. Then we can take those questions as we prepare to receive our certificates. Are you guys excited? Yay! So those online, please put those emojis so that we can see that you're together with us and you're excited to receive your certificate, either as a mentor or a mentee. We need very many volunteers to join us. We have 40 groups. Madam Kuresha will be talking about Cohort 2 in a while. We have 40 groups of about 14 each. Jill, that's right? About 14. So trying to coordinate all these people virtually is quite something. So we need as many volunteers as possible. Thank you for the emojis, we can see them. So we need as many volunteers as possible. So please plug in. Thank you for those who have still plugged in to support us on Cohort 2. I saw Mathangani is still a coach. So please, we welcome you to plug in. We need as many hands as possible. Grace, do you have anything? All right. So the online team, thank you for staying on with us. Please grab some tea. Na kuna maandamano, we are working. Yeah? Us guys are working. We are serious people. We are working. All right. So at this point, allow me to invite Madam Frida to take us through the next session. I don't know that I ambushed her. You want me to deal with it? All right, okay, I can deal with it. So we are going to, a minute. All right, so this is how we are going to do this. We have 10 groups. I want to see who is represented in the room. Those who are virtually here, then your colleagues will represent you. Jill, you can help me with the certificate. So we have bows and arrows. Do you have anybody from bows and arrows? Yay! We clap for them. I just want to, yeah. So Grace Kaoma was the lead mentor, and they take turns, and Coach Mathangani, and then we have Juvie Eleda, who was a mentee leader. She would file the reports with us all the time. So even for Cohort 2 members, we would expect the same. You may have your seats. Thank you. We have Team Impact. I know Anne Wamonje is here. Anyone else from Team Impact? Yes. Perfect. Team Impact is here. Thank you. You may have your seats. We have Circle 3, the Achievers. Do we have Achievers? Oh, Gabriel Kimani. That is the soldier who is standing. He was actually the mentor leader. Thank you, Gabriel, for representing your team. And those who are online, please keep letting us know which team you are in. Then we have the Lion, Simba. Hey, Simba, yuko hapa? If you are Simba, please let us know. Yeah, so we had Lion, which was circle number 5. Then these ones are here. Pace setters. Yes. We have pace setters represented, Sarah Mara and Jacqueline Wegoki, who are the team leaders. Then we have elevated. I had somebody say elevated. Yay! We have the people in yellow. Karibu Sana. Then we have Phoenix. Well, these are the guys who are serious. Yeah? Thank you, Karibu Phoenix. Then we have Emerald. Oh, thank you. Emerald is represented. And finally, we have champions. Yay! If you realize, these people have a touch of a certain color that is identifying them. Then we have Juvie, who is, we start from the top. We can acknowledge them. All right, Caroline is Team Achievers, all the way from Dubai. Eunice Kagwa and I went to school together, Team Octopus. Thank you for joining us. Yeah, Juvie, bows and arrows. Thank you, Juvie. Then we have Jacqueline Wegoki, Team Pace Setters. We have Barak, Elevated, Gertrude, Team Phoenix, Audrey, Pace Setters, Millicent, Impact. Let's keep going. All right, thank you. Thank you for sharing the teams that you're in. Your colleagues will represent us. At least other than Lion, every team is represented, right? So, Damaris Dungwa, now today you're in Team Lion. You represent them. Yeah? So this is how we are going to do this, just so that we catch up with time and we allow you to get to your day. We are going to issue symbolic certificates. Your certificates are there, but we will issue just a few in groups so that you can have an opportunity to take a picture. Then you can pick your certificate as you leave. For those who are online, you will advise us on how you would like to collect your certificate. You can pick it at IHRM. You can advise us via transcend@ihrm.or.ke, and we can have it sent to you. Madam Kuresha had said we can consider having a meet and greet so that everybody is able to come together. We will let you know how that can work, and we will communicate, because it would be wonderful to have everybody get to know each other. So at this point, allow me to invite Team Bows and Arrows to come and have the certificate presented to them by Madam Helen. Wakuje tafadhali hapa mbele. Dan, please be ready. Mwapigie makofi tafadhali. Oh, Jill, you are in Bows and Arrows. Oh, Jill already has a certificate. Hata wamesahau Madam Helen. All right. So that is Bows and Arrows. Those who are online from Bows and Arrows, your team has been represented. Let's take a nice picture. Watu wapendane kidogo so that we get a nice picture. Thank you, Madam Helen, for helping us with that. We appreciate it. Thank you. You can have a yes. Dan, are you okay? All right. Thank you. So yes, you can. Okay. Thank you. All right. So the blue one is for mentors, then the orange one is for mentees. So if you find it a bit different, the one with a touch of orange is for mentees, and then the one with the blue is for mentors. Sawa sawa. So don't wonder why they are different. All right. Then now we have Team Impact. Who is from Team Impact? Wakaribia. Thank you. Let me invite Mr. Alwanga to present the certificate to them. You guys need to come closer. Yes. All right. Another round of applause. Someone is asking whether the certificate will be sent via email. Yes, we can send you a soft copy, but we also have hard copies for everybody if you would like to collect it. Then we have Team Achievers. Who is here? Oh, Gabriel. Madam Frida, please present the certificate to Team Achievers. The gentleman standing, encourage him. Hey. He took the risk to come to town today. His teammates refused to come to town. Yeah. So Madam Frida will present that on behalf of to Team Achievers. Thank you. Personal branding. Don't pick the certificate and take a picture of it upside down. Personal branding. Thank you, Gabriel. All right, then Damaris, please represent Team Lion. Allow me to invite Mr. Chris to present that to Team Lion. Oh, they're online. Yes, we took on a representative. Lions. I thought the Lions would have come here in person. All right, a good clap for them. So So Damaris Dungwa is an honorary member of Team Lion. So please, Team Lion members, you have to invite her. She has represented you. Octopus. Octopus is represented. Madam Kuresha, please present this to Team Octopus. They are in orange. Is that orange? Yes. The pace setters. Pace setters, karibuni. I'll invite our chief guest to present the certificate to pace setters. Karibuni. We are tired of clapping, guys. Yes. I think you can move a bit further so that I'm not photobombing. Yeah. All right. Are you guys okay? Another clap for them. Thank you, sir. Thank you. Asante. Thank you. Elevated. Team Elevated. We'll do another round. So, Madam Helen, to come and present it. Sorry. Oh, sorry. Let's clap for them. That's Team Elevated. Thank you. Then we have Team Phoenix. Phoenix. Oh, these are the guys who are many. Yeah. Karibuni. Mr. Lwanga, please. Thank you. Touch of red. Yeah, you can see the trend. Yes, you're getting it. Thank you. That was a touch of red. That was, which team were you? Phoenix. Emerald. Emerald was a lady. Shuja. Chris, please. Karibu, thank you for coming and for representing your team. We appreciate it. Let us clap for her and for the team. I hope online team you're clapping as well when you're clapping. And finally, last but not least, champions. Hey, Mutiso. Thank you. Touch of green, exactly. The Emerald team should have grabbed that one. Thank you so much. Thank you. All right. Did you get the picture? All right, thank you. You can have your seat. Watasikia ni kama umewapiga vizuri. They want to feel like you have deepened the photo. There we go. Thank you. All right. Madam Frida is not here. I wanted a photo with the chief guest and Madam Frida. I think we can do one later with the Transcend team and the chief guest as we proceed. At this point, allow me to invite Madam Kuresha to just give us a brief highlight of what Cohort 2 looks like. And then after that, Irene Mutiso will pass a vote of thanks. And we should be done by that point. A hand for Madam Kuresha.
Thank you, Irene. I think before I proceed, mtu apatie the other microphone to coach. I think hapa we need makofi zile with commas. No, we bring back the energy.
How are you doing? How are you doing? What are you doing? No. You're missing. What are you doing? No, you cannot do it. Sasa lazima we have to reinvent. You have to reinvent yourself. You stand and transcend. 1, 2, 3, go. What are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing? Give it more. What are you doing? Catalyst, what are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing? What are you Aren't you? You're rising above excuses. You're rising above limitations. You are rising above what? What else? Sorry? Mediocrity. Who pronounce mediocrity kama Queen's English? Mediocrity. Mediocrity. Ulisema ati watu wa Transcend wanasuluhisha ile kizungu mzuri. Si ndio? Thank you very much. You can sit down. Thank you.
Thank you, Coach. We needed that, and I think if we maybe loudly let's remind ourselves the 4 P's, and then we come to why we have to do this again. Thank you. And you cannot finish with prosperity without finding what's next for us. And one thing that we said, we need consistency. If it's July, then the next July we must have something for it. And our chief guest, I want to confirm to you, and I mentioned earlier on, that this cohort 2, before we got there, when we were trying to tell people we don't have money and we want you to impact and bring in high-level guest speakers for our different master classes, we actually had other group of impactful people who wanted to be the cycle of the master classes, and we said we've already picked people. So as you can see, it's not only the mentees and the mentors who are interested in this, we were also trying to manage those who wanted to impact. And we said, let's do cohort 2, and we put them on the waiting list, even for them to do our master classes. Now, as Coach said, what we need is profitable partnership, whereby this needs to be bigger than this, and we're looking for sponsors. We are managing this with the little resources we have at the Institute, and now that the government can confirm, whatever we have collected on their behalf is what we use. We don't go to the exchequer to ask for more money. So this is a classical example of best use of resources as you make an impact. Our chief guest, we had more than 1,000 applicants. Those who submitted the application by the deadline were 655. You've seen we have structures, and we've said if you can only hold each other accountable if you're into smaller circles. So now those 665 is inclusive of mentors and mentees, and we divided them into 40 groups. I'm sure you've heard of associate transcenders. Those are people who join the program either as mentees or mentors, and by the time we finished personal branding, they felt they have something better to offer. They actually came to us and said, I don't think Frida, Irene, Grace, Coach, and Damaris are enough for this project, and we want to be incorporated. Thank you, Jill. Thank you, Irene, for volunteering to be associates. Now, the demographic distribution for this project, and remember, I'm sure you've seen Irene trying to be as inclusive as possible. This room will have been expanded bigger than this, but life happened, and we said, let's make sure those who are online also feel that they're in this room. So if you see us going back and mentioning names, it's because we want to have that hybrid for everyone to feel that they're in the room virtually, but you can see all of them here smiling when you make comments. So the demographic distribution for the 655, and we're still cleaning this data, is 77% of those who are interested came from Nairobi, 3% from Nyanza Western, 2% from Central, 2% from Rift Valley, less than 1% from the other regions, and that is Coast, Northeastern, and Eastern Province. Why I mentioned the issue of those who are present here, and that actually alludes and speaks to the infrastructure in the other regions, is that Nairobi always has the upper hand because internet is just one click away. For those of you who join meetings from other regions, you know that we still have a lot to catch up. But this is also to say, Transcend is actually 99% an online program. It doesn't matter whether you're in Nairobi or the rest of the regions. Please, let's be the champions. And for the next cohort, so July is like tomorrow. It's not that far away. We should have a better distribution in terms of regional representation. We have branch leadership, and if you look at that table, if you see Vera is the vice chair for our branch Coast Eastern, and she came with her team all the way from Taveta. So next time, we hope that the Coast region will have a better representation, and even for those who can afford and those who are in the decision makers table, there is need to be done in terms of infrastructure for technology. Chris will tell you the importance of technology and how it can actually advantage. We are actually going to be purposeful to make more efforts to develop these services. Now, this we do through branch visits. We go to colleges, we go to some workplaces, and make an impact through our branch officials. So this one, it's not going to end here, because we want to be champions of diversity and ensure that we've already seen in cohort 1, the diversity compared to cohort 2. It's a milestone. The interest you can see. We've made some head start already. We have trained the mentors on what to expect from them. We have also trained the mentees from this program, and then we brought them together through a session we normally call meet and greet. It's virtual also, so that you know who is who. And all these names, we come up with a program and then we give to the teams to get as creative as they can, and for them to come up with these names you've had here today. Groups, it's purely on WhatsApp, and we're looking for a partner because this is for posterity. So we want this content to be available by just one click away. Right now, we rely on Zoom and WhatsApp. They've been our best friend. If you look today, we're using Google Meet because we realized that actually since Monday, we've been having challenge with Zoom. So we always have to move to the next platform that is going to be as accommodative as possible and allow all these teams to be available. Our first masterclass, it's already planned. The date is there. Actually, can I say the calendar for cohort 2 is already ready. The TSP are fine-tuning it. With God's will, we already know who will speak to what topic, and our first masterclass will happen in August 2023, and we will continue doing more work. And this is a voluntary course. We want people to volunteer their services, first, to benefit from the reverse mentorship, secondly, to contribute to this country. For me, that is what I wanted to share. Irene, I don't know if we have the flyer for Transcend, and okay, no worries. So at this point, we will do a launch virtually of Transcend, and Irene will guide. We will have our chief guest, our keynote speaker, our council members, and Madam Frida take a picture as we officially launch. Remember tuliambiwa, unless you say it's officially launched, you cannot say. So, and Mr. Machala, forgive us for our poor protocols. At some point, we will give you back the mic and say, cohort 2 is officially launched, and Frida will spice it up. Mine is just to say thank you. And I was joking with Chris. I said, before I become 40 next year, I must say I am 39. Thank you so much. Thank you. You're all very wonderful people. I know this. I kept on saying 2:30 until Frida said, at I think 10 p.m. last night, she said, guys, we started this conversation at 7 a.m. And I took the risk of saying, kwani kuna shida, will be at Radisson Blue, there is food and there are beds here. If push comes to shove, we will not have to worry about food and where to sleep. And on a lighter note, for those of you who've been into war-torn countries, now those are the moments, if things goes worse, nobody can even ask you for money. I'm not saying wishing for the worst, but I've said it's not like we're in somewhere in desert that we had to cancel this event. But as I already said, for those who made the decision to come here, asanteni sana. For those who did not join, we will have a bigger gathering and we will have those drinks and coffee together to make this event more impactful. Thank you so much. And now, allow me at this point, and I said to Tanda KSG to learn etiquettes and protocol, but please forgive me. And Irene, that was her way of telling me directly that our chief guest needs to say the Cohort 2 is officially launched.
Lani can make some remarks as himself as he launches Cohort 2. We have to find ways of improvising. We keep it going. So I think he'll just say that and we'll invite you to join for a picture.
Ladies and gentlemen, here and now. Cohort 2 is officially launched.
All right. You're supposed to be visible inside. Bas, hivyo. Bas. Aya, wanasema mtumia hii. They say this one is better. All right, thank you. You okay? Can they do it down here because of the lighting? So Madam Frida, you can just do it down here. Please join us. We have two, so you can share. Chris, you know these things. Hey, please try that one. All right, thank you, the online team, for clapping. Cohort 2 is officially launched. We are inviting volunteers. There you go. Keep clapping, keep clapping. Thank you, thank you, thank you so much. We truly appreciate. Thank you for taking the time and staying on. We are behind schedule, but we are about to finish. So as you take your seats, allow me to invite Madam Irene Mutiso, our Transcend Associate, and a member of Champions, right? Yes. She's going to, so Irene will pass a vote of thanks, after which we will take a group photo. Daniel will guide us just outside here. We'll take a group photo, then we will be dismissed. So Irene, please pass the vote of thanks. Santi.
Thank you very much. Can we clap for ourselves first? Okay. Great, great.
I want you to stand. Okay? Warm your hands. Warm electricity. We must generate electricity. Are you excited? Yes. No. Yes. Are you excited? Yes. Are you excited? Transcend. Are you excited? Now you are going to clap those thunderous makofis at the speed of my hand. Sawa sawa? Because we are transcending, atupiki makofi za kawaida za wandiko ama nini. Tunapiga zile za transcendental makofis. Si ndio? Okay? Watch my hands, okay? Speed. Wale tunatoka tunasemanga tusemanga speed. Tunasemanga. Okay. 1. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Positive Flavors. All protocols observed. A moment of difference makes a difference in your attitude. We made the right choice because we had the right attitude. I'm talking to us, the Transcenders. And that's why we are here today celebrating ourselves. Right? Tunaweza jipigia clap moja. So, ladies and gentlemen, of course, I'm very humbled to stand before you this afternoon to move a vote of thanks. PS, State Department for Public Service, Mr. Amos Gachecha, ably represented by Mr. Muchembo Mwachala. Got it right? Thank you so much for finding time to come and grace this momentous occasion. The CEO, Brighter Monday, Mr. Chris Otundo, you were very inspirational in your personal journey story to us. And I hope one day, Madam Kuresha, who is definitely transformational, is going to set some space for HR professionals to be able to share their stories. I think we have a lot to share. The national chairman, HRM, who is attending online, Mr. Odero Philip, we appreciate you for finding time to be with us this morning. Executive Director, HRM, CHRP, Madam Kuresha Abdullahi. Sijui napendanga kuongeza Madam kwa nini. I just feel like, Irene again will visit where you told us so that we get it right. Founder, Passion Profits and Transcend Profits, Transcend Project Lead, Frida Owinga. You heard her speech. Again, very inspirational. You guys, are we ready to die empty? Yes. Are we ready to refire? Yes. I have been refiring since January, and I have no regrets. I am more energetic, more focused, more everything. So let's die empty like we have promised. TST Steering Committee, I feel like we need to do a 3 factorial to these guys. Yeah, can we do 3 factorial? Who knows 3 factorial? Richie? Let's do 3 factorial. I am going to show you how. 1, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3 to TST. Okay? I wanted to see whether you guys are serious. Let's now go. To the TST team, which is led by Madam Kuresha, with Frida there, and the Irene, and all the beautiful people you had being mentioned earlier. So thank you very much. We want to celebrate ourselves, my fellow graduates. Tuko, online tuko. Let's clap for ourselves. Moja tu, kubwa. Karibuni. Our media team, led by Dan and a representative from the PS office, asanteni for the great work that you have done. We are sure we are trending already. The Reds on Blue team, our stomachs are well, our throats are well. Asanteni sana for the stellar customer service that you have offered us this morning. As I finish, how can I not thank our very own Irene, who has actually led us very well. The program has run very smoothly, isn't it? Yes. Tumuchapie zake 3 factorial. Blessings. Having said that, gratitude is not only the greatest of the virtues, but the parent of all the others. Let's learn to be always grateful. Let's always seek powers from above, because when we call upon the Lord, He will show us mighty things that we have never imagined. I wish I could say it in my mother tongue. I love it. Okay, I say it. Bikaila nanga konya maundu manene na mevina utamesi. I even have a song. Bikaila nanga kusungia nanga konya maundu manene na mevinya utamesi. We are going to continue transcending. Sawa. Baraka tele. Thank you, over to Irene.
Indeed, we are gifted differently. Please do not dare ask me to sing. Yeah, for your safety and the safety of others of the system. Thank you, Irene, for passing the vote of thanks, and thank you all for staying on to the end. Madam Vera, if you could close with a word of prayer. We will walk out, and to my right, we will go through the door, and we'll have a space out there where we can take a group photo and allow you to get to the rest of your day. So, Madam Vera, Richie, you could share the microphone with Vera.
I appreciate how she receives the mic.
Thank you. Good morning. We are coming to a beautiful end. I will request all of us to stand up so that we can pray. Let us pray. Everlasting Father, in the mighty name of Jesus, we thank you and we bless you, Jehovah. And this far we can declare that you are Alpha and Omega and you are Ebenezer. Thank you for taking us throughout this session, my Father. When we started in the morning, Jehovah Lord, and we've come to the end of it, Jehovah. We thank you for the Institute. We thank you for our ED. We thank you for our chief guest who stood with us as an institute, my Father. We thank you for the mentors. We thank you for the mentees. Thank you for all our partners. And I will pray that, King of all glory, as we walk out of this room, my Father, we still continue to grow, to discover ourselves and to transcend even higher, to bring a change and a difference and a growth in the institute and also in the profession. We bless you, Father, and we worship you. As we go out, be with us as we go back to our homes and even our places of work. We pray that you may guide us and you may protect us. In Jesus' name we pray.
Amen. Amen. Thank you for the online team. Please take a photo and tag us at HRM Kenya on all platforms. We will retweet it. Yes, Chris? We can take a photo. All right. Please switch on your cameras. There's a slight delay, so I hope you can hear me. Switch on your cameras and we see who is there. We can take a photo. Thank you, Chairman. Thank you, Madam Patricia, for staying on and joining us on this event. Chris, I'm not sure we can achieve that at the moment. So thank you. Please let's walk out, and to the right, we'll take a group photo. Thank you, Carol, for putting your camera on, and thank you, everybody. Have a good day. Let's take a group photo and allow you to get to the rest of your day. Thank you so much, and God bless you.